I don't know if I've seen anything dumber in the United States Congress in memory. I don't know. That may be the dumbest thing I've ever seen. We spent a lot of time yesterday on the Epstein release, which now they've got 30 days, so is a little bit of a waiting game now with this to see what actually comes out of this document release. But I have an Epstein Files bombshell of sorts to drop here. This is incredible. I'm going to tell you this right now. You know, we've been dealing with a lot of very serious stuff on the show. A lot of things that are quite intense, and government transparency and conspiracies that go to the heart of the deep state and all that. But all we really needed was represent. This is real. This is definitely real because I was looking into this one. Representative Jasmine Crockett, who is perhaps going to run for Senate in Texas. All we needed was Jasmine Crockett and her team of sleuths to figure out that, in fact, Jeffrey Epstein. Well, I want you to hear. This was such a big revelation that Jeffrey Epstein had given money to the following individuals, according to Representative Crockett. This was earlier in the week. Play cut 1.
Folks who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio. I just want to be clear. If this is the standard that we're going to make, just know we're going to expose it all. And just know that the FEC filings, they are available for everybody to review. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. All of them. Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Sarah Palin. They're adding so many names. It was a different Jeffrey Epstein. She thought that she just would have her team look up some guy named Jeffrey Epstein and look up donations, and she reported on the floor of Congress. She reported on the bombshell revelations that a Jeffrey Epstein, who has absolutely nothing to do with the Jeffrey Epstein that we've been talking about, a separate guy with the name Jeffrey Epstein, which I will admit is unfortunate these days, but it's not that guy's fault, right? I mean, you know, it is what it is. There's another Jeffrey Epstein, and she and her team figured out that there were donations made by some guy with the same name to a bunch of Republicans and reported that as a gotcha. I don't know if I've seen anything dumber in the United States Congress in memory. I don't know. That may be the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's definitely in the pantheon of stupid things that somebody has done in Congress. That's up there. But you might be thinking, Buck, wow, thank you for that. That's a nice light way to start things out today. And yes, of course it is. Oh, but she kind of doubles down. It gets better. Instead of saying, oh, wow, I did something very stupid and reckless, and everyone in the country is laughing at me. And we're all laughing at her. We're laughing at this. Oh, she suddenly discovered all the money from Epstein that's going to all these Republican politicians. Did it ever occur to her there are other people? If you Google the name Epstein, yes, news stories will be Jeffrey Epstein, but there are a lot of people with that name. A lot of people. It's not the only one. Oh, boy. I have a friend. Her name is hyphenated. I have a friend with the last. She married a guy named Epstein. I have a friend whose last name is Epstein. Nothing to do with Jeffrey. Sure, there is in fact a way to have Epstein in your name, and you have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. It's funny actually. I just realized I forgot that one of my friends married a. I don't know if he's a doctor or something like that, but he's an Epstein. Jasmine Crockett is just saying, "Oh, I didn't. What I said is true. I wasn't misleading people." This was after everyone figured out what had gone on here. Play cut 2.
I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein, just so that people understand when you make a donation, your picture is not there. And because they decided to spring this on us in real time, I wanted the Republicans to think about what could potentially happen because I knew that they didn't even try to go through the FEC. So my team, what they did is they Googled. And that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies. Because it was not the same one, that's fine. But when Lee Zeldin had something to say, all he had to say was it was a Jeffrey Epstein. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein, so at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will trust and take what he says is that it wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein, but I was not attempting to mislead anybody. I literally had maybe 20 minutes before I had to do that debate.
I knew all along that I was just saying a guy named Jeffrey Epstein. I just wanted to point out that there was some other guy. I mean, what is she doing? So many in Ukraine are facing a cold winter with limited resources. It's a population that the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews are putting their focus on right now. The IFCJ has sprung into action to help those in need, particularly those of the Jewish faith. Through the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, and by your donation, you can bring hope. Your gift of $25 provides a box of life-saving essentials that will feed families and individuals, especially those feeling ignored and left to fend for themselves. Don't delay. Your gift today will help those desperately in need. With Thanksgiving a week from today, you can show your gratitude by standing with and supporting the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews doing this great work. To rush your gift, call 888-488-IFCJ. That's 888-488-4325. Or give online at fellowshipgift.org. That's fellowshipgift.org.